All right. 1 Enoch 74. And I saw another course, a law for her, and how according to that law she performs her monthly revolution. And all these Uriel, the holy angel, who is the leader of them all, showed to me, and their positions, and I wrote down their positions as he showed them to me, and I wrote down their months as they were, and the appearance of their lights, till 15 days were accomplished. In single seventh parts she accomplishes all her light in the east, and in single seventh parts accomplishes all her darkness in the west. And in certain months she alters her settings, and in certain months she pursues her own peculiar course. In 2 months the moon sets with the sun, in those two middle portals, the third and the fourth. She goes forth for 7 days and turns about and returns again through the portal where the sun rises and accomplishes all her light. And she recedes from the sun, and in 8 days enters the sixth portal from which the sun goes forth. And when the sun goes forth from the fourth portal, she goes forth 7 days until she goes forth from the fifth, and turns back again in 7 days into the fourth porthole, and accomplishes all her light. And she recedes and enters into the first portal in 8 days, and she returns again in 7 days into the fourth portal from which the sun goes forth. Therefore I saw their position, how the moon rose and the sun set in those days. Context explained. The creation. Enoch saw the law that constitutes the moon's monthly movements, which are different than the sun. Some months she follows the sun, and some months she follows her own peculiar course through the firmament. Supporting scriptures. And the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. This is what the Lord says. If you can break my covenant with the day and my covenant with the night, so that the day and night cease to occupy their appointed time, then my covenant may also be broken with David my servant, and with my ministers, the Levites, who are priests, so that David will not have a son to reign on his throne. Jeremiah 33:19-21. The beauty of the heavens and the glory of the stars, a shining ornament in the heights of God. By the Lord's command, the moon keeps its appointed place and does not fade as the stars keep watch. Sirach 43:9-10. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Matthew 24:29. 1 Enoch 74:10. And if 5 years are added together, the sun has an overplus of 30 days, and all the days which accrue it for one of those 5 years, when they are full, amounts to 364 days. And the overplus of the sun and of the stars amounts to 6 days. In 5 years, 6 days every year come to 30 days. And the moon falls behind the sun and stars to the number of 30 days. And the sun and the stars bring in all the years exactly, so that they do not advance or delay their position by a single day unto eternity, but complete the years with perfect justice in 364 days. In 3 years there are 1,092 days. In 5 years there are 1,820 days, so that in 8 years there are 2,912 days. 2,912 days. For the moon alone, the days amount in 3 years to 1,062 days. And in 5 years, she falls 50 days behind to the sun, sum of 1,770. There is to be added 1,062 days. And in 5 years, there are 1,770 days, so that for the moon, days in 8 years amount to 2,800 132 days. For in 8 years she falls behind to the amount of 80 days. All the days she falls behind in 8 years are 80, and the year is accurately completed in conformity with their world stations and the stations of the sun, which rise from the portals through which the sun rises and sets 30 days. Context explain the creation. Enoch is known the calculations is shown Enoch is shown the calculations between the patterns of the moon's movement through the firmament compared to the sun and stars. The moon falls behind the sun and stars 80 days over a span of 8 years. Supporting scriptures. For there will be those who will assuredly make observations of the moon, how it disturbs the seasons and comes in from year to year 10 days too soon. For this reason the year will come upon them when they will disturb the order and make an abominable day the day of testimony, and an unclean day a feast day, and they will confound all days, the holy with the unclean, and the unclean day with the holy, for they will go wrong as to the months and Sabbaths and feasts and jubilees. Jubilees 6:36, 37. That's it.